Hello, Mary. How are you today?
Good.
That's good to hear. My name is Ariel, and I'm going to be your occupational therapist for today. Today, we're going to be working on feeding and swallowing. Specifically, I know that recently you had a stroke, and that was a left sided stroke. So, with that, we are going to focus mostly on your affected arm, which would be your right arm. And with that, also, we want to talk about today how you have been having problems with your swallowing and your choking, and also how you communicate as you have aphasia and dysphagia. So, we're going to be using some adaptive equipment today to help you with your feeding and how you feed yourself. How does that sound?
Okay.
Okay. Like I was talking about before, there's a lot of risk when it comes to self feeding, and you are in an assisted living facility. But with that, when you want to practice your independence, it is very important that we use some materials and some equipment that will make it easier for you. So, alongside us working together, figuring out what would be best for you, we both decided that we were going to use Dyson, which is going to help your plates stay in place. And with that, we're also using a weighted utensil here. And then with this also, we're using a divided plate. And we're basically going to practice using these materials. It's important to have a lot of adaptive equipment with your self-feeding because with your condition, there is a huge risk of choking and also just getting food stuck while you're putting food into your mouth, a lot of swallowing difficulties. So we really want to work on your pacing and also making sure that you see everything on your plate and make sure that you are feeding yourself with, knowing about the risk involved with getting choked and also having too much food in your mouth. So that's what we're going to work on. So with this, we are going to now start practicing how to do your self-feeding. And given that you've had a left-sided stroke, you have a lot of right-sided weakness. And like we have right here, you have the weighted utensil. And this is really going to help you, build up your grip strength as well as just build up your overall strength given that you have right-sided weakness. So with this, whenever you're ready, you're allowed to go ahead and pick up the utensil. All right, so as we have on the plate here, we have some oatmeal. It's really important to make sure that you have a soft food so that, this decreases the risk of you choking. And with this, I have it on this divided plate. This divided plate is really going to help you pace yourself out. And I chose a very colorful plate for you. It's going to help make sure that you're visually seeing, stuff that is on your right and your left side. More importantly, with the affected side, you might not see all your food on your plate, so it's going to be important for you to make sure, Mary, that you are turning your head left and right to make sure you're seeing all the food that's on your plate. But right now we have some oatmeal, so if you would like to go ahead and practice, we can take, our time and really get familiar with our surroundings, and try to make sure that whenever you are scooping, you're making sure that you're up against the plate wall so that, it's easy for you to scoop up the soft food just like that and bring it to your mouth. Mm-hmm. Good. That was great. Are you comfortable?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the goals with this technique definitely includes making sure that you are looking both right and left as you're looking at your plate. I have the oatmeal sectioned off into different, places on your plate, so it really helps to self-pace yourself. I would also recommend to reduce the risk of choking and even spilling your food on yourself to really have your weighted utensil. Bring it up, if you need additional help, bringing it to where like your head is going towards the utensil so you don't have to lift it up all the way. And also making sure that you are really close to the table and you really have, yourself sitting straight up so that you're able to, bend over as close as you can to the table and put the oatmeal in your mouth. As far as this, like I was saying before, there is a lot of risk with, self-feeding, so it's very important to make sure that you are pacing yourself. And If needed at any time while you are feeding yourself, you need to put down the weighted utensil, or even use this, this Dyson to really lay down your other arm to give yourself more support. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable, because the goal here is to, have some success with feeding yourself. How does that sound?
Okay.
Okay. So that was our demonstration. I hope that was, clear to you. And if, throughout this time, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. As we go through this process, we're really wanting to make it easier on you. So yeah, let's just keep practicing using your affected side and really taking our time so that we can build up that strength so that you are comfortable and successful with feeding yourself. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for letting me be here with you today.
Okay.